Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to Sandy's Library. I'm Sandy, and today we're going to have another spiritual chat to talk about divine partners or twin flames. Just as an FYI, there won't be a tarot reading today, even though you can see our pretty in-house oracle decks here. I just wanted to give y'all something nice to look at while I run my mouth. It's better than having to look at my tired, old, worn-out face. Hey, I'm old, y'all. Anyway, so instead of a tarot reading, we're going to talk about my spiritual awakening. And today we're going to get into twin flames. And let me just say that this is just what resonates with me. You can believe whatever you want to believe. Just allow me the same courtesy, okay? So, first, let me say that I don't resonate with the idea that twin flames are one soul split in half. Y'all, I ain't half of nothing. I'm a full and complete being, and so are you. The thing that makes you and your divine partner twins is that you both share the same energy signature. And there's no one else with the same signature that you two have. And that's what makes you twin flames, or divine partners, as my guides and I like to call it. But my guides do say that the terms divine partners and twin flames are interchangeable. And there's a reason why no one else has or ever will have the the energy signature that you and your twin share. But that has more to do with soul creation, and we're going to save that for its own video. I just want to let that seed of knowledge take root in your minds. Divine partners are special to one another in a way that no other soul can ever be. And yep, everybody has a divine partner or twin flame. And I just want to note real quick that my guides and me, for us, a soulmate is something entirely different than a divine partner or a twin flame. Not better or worse, just different. And while we all have only one divine partner or twin flame, everybody has numerous soulmates. So, like I was saying earlier, the thing that makes you twin flames is the fact that the divine masculine and the divine feminine share the same energy signature, meaning they vibrate at the same special and unique frequencies. This is what makes the pull between twins so strong. And we'll get more into that in a later video when I talk about how souls are born, for lack of better label here in the 3D. But the next bits here, y'all probably aren't going to like too much. But as Willibeth likes to say, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Okay, so to begin with, remember that pull that I was just mentioning? Well, this is not something that you have a choice for. Not in the spirit world. In the spirit world, your divine counterpart is the be-all, end-all. But that ain't so here in the 3D, y'all. And that's because of two little things that we have here in the 3D that ain't available to us in the spirit world. And that's the human ego and free will. That means we are free to do something here in the 3D that we can never do in the spirit world. And that's experience falling in love. And look, you have the free will to actually fall in love with a soulmate or a karmic partner here in the 3D. But from where I'm sitting, you cannot fall in love with your divine counterpart here in the 3D. I know y'all ain't gonna like that, but here it is. Okay? You just don't get the opportunity to fall in love with your divine masculine here in the 3D, and I'll tell you why. Because when you meet them, you recognize them instantly. Hey, I did. I didn't know a damn thing about twin flames or divine partners at the time. I was vaguely aware of the term soulmate, but I'd never known or felt anything like that. When you look into your divine masculine's eyes, your first thought should be something to akin to, oh shit, it's you. And your second thought should be, wait, where do I know you from? Okay? So, you never actually had a chance to fall in love there. As soon as you look into your divine counterpart's eyes, you're already there. Because you're remembering this soul love. You're remembering it. And you're not seeing the human avatar, but the soul that you're seeing inside those human eyes. And I am not trying to sound mean or anything, but you gotta see beyond the human garment that your divine masculine is wearing in this lifetime. And from what my guides have told me, if you don't do that, the moment you first gaze into another person's eyes, they aren't your divine partner or twin. If you don't immediately recognize them, they're not your twin. If it takes you a while if you have to get to know them before you fall in love with them, they are not your twin. They say the pull between twins is magnetic and cannot be destroyed. That's what my guides say. And remember that in our purest state, we are merely energy, as is our connection. And say it with me now. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be reshaped into something else. It's worth noting that the divine masculine may have a harder time labeling what he or she is feeling here in the 3D. When they look into their divine feminine's eyes, but the recognition is still there. The divine masculine simply processes it as an intense sexual energy. And eventually, a divine masculine will find him or herself practically dying to turn the divine feminine into their personal little sex kitten, especially if they can't have the divine feminine here in the 3D. But that's all I'm going to say about that. Just know the difference so you don't assume that a karmic partner is your twin flame. Because look, the universe will throw the same types of chaos your way for both relationships. So sometimes it's hard to know what's what. And for the record, you don't need somebody else to confirm for you that your twin is your twin. You know. Yeah, you do. And look, there will always be synchronicities between twins. Like being born in the same month, being drawn to the same cities, the same colors, etc. You know what I'm saying? Having the same interest in hobbies and activities, yada, yada, yada. But there will always be polarities too. Like one of you is raised in an urban area, the other rurally. One depends on their logic The other resides in an artistic and creative energy. And did I mention that incredible magnetic attraction between you two? Now, how things are actually going to go for you if you both have incarnated into this lifetime largely depends upon where your soul is on the evolutionary ladder of enlightenment. So older souls will fare better when incarnating here in 3D when it comes to union. Younger souls, you might have a hell of a time, because if you couple that attraction thing between the twins with that shiny new toy we get to play with here in the 3D called the ego, yeah, you can get yourself into a real pickle during an incarnation with your twin. And y'all, I am the queen of pickle makers. I might tell you about it sometime. It was my first incarnation on Earth, and it happened a really long time ago. Not 10,000 years ago, but more like 3,000 years ago. But anyways, back to twin flames and the possibility of union here in the 3D. I hate to tell you this, but 9 times out of 10, it ain't about coming into union here in 3D with your twin. No, it's not. It's more about learning how to appreciate the love that you two do share in the spirit world. And one twin does not need the other twin's presence in their lives here in the 3D to do that. Did y'all get that? You do not need your twin's presence in your life here in the 3D for spiritual enlightenment. Our goal, as far as our divine partner or twin flame is concerned, is to enter into a union here in 3D that is our perfect union. Now, don't get caught up in that word perfect, because what everybody's perfect union looks like is different and unique to you. So I can't explain that to you. You're going to have to use your imagination to figure that out for yourself. And by the way, perfect doesn't mean perfect in the traditional sense. It's just what you two deem is perfect for the two of you. But guess what? You can't come into a perfect or happy union with your twin until you yourself know what that happiness looks like to you. You've got to see it. You've got to know it. And you got to feel it. You know what? It does take more than a couple of thoughts about it here and there to manifest happiness with your divine partner. It's work, y'all, and it ain't gonna be handed to you on a silver platter neither. So, now that I've told you what twin flames basically are, as far as what resonates with me, let me just say that this information didn't come to me from Willabeth. It came from the couple who came to me a few weeks after Willabeth. They are highly evolved divine partners or twin flames whose last incarnation on Earth happened over 10,000 years ago. And Willabeth does concede that they are far more advanced and knowledgeable than she is. And I do know what their spirit world names are, but here in the 3D, I like to call them Joey and Grace. And they know why. You know, once I asked them about Göbekli Tepe, and they said that the modern world is not ready to know what Göbekli Tepe was actually used for. Yeah, my guides can be evasive like that sometimes, but they did explain to me how they came to be born with the same energy signature, which is what makes them divine partners or twin flames. But we're going to save that for another video about how souls are created or born. And again, I use those labels because there's not really, I'm not capable of, there's no correct term, okay? But the point is that we need an entire video dedicated to that. But I can tell you that according to Joey and Grace, everybody has a divine partner or twin flame. It is not something that's been reserved for a select few. Sorry guys, you're not special beyond your unique energy signature. No one soul is more fortunate than any other. Not in the spirit world. There are no incarnating souls that have special privileges over any other. And y'all, seriously, wouldn't having a divine partner when someone else doesn't, wouldn't that make you privileged? Y'all, knowledge and enlightenment is not a privilege. It's something we all have to earn. We all have to travel down the same damn path. The good news is we get to decide what that path looks like and how fast or slow we as individuals want to travel down it. The only reason that one soul may have more knowledge than another is due to their soul age and the lessons that they have chosen to undertake in their various incarnations. And yeah, there are overachiever souls. I've been told I'm one. I mean, why in the hell else would I decide that losing my freaking mind in the latter stages of my life was a good idea? Overachiever. The main thing that we all need to remember, even if you are in physical separation from your divine partner here in the 3D, is that you're always connected on the soul level. That's something you can't get rid of. That's why they stay with you inside your head, even if you've made other choices in life. You know how they say, you never forget your first love. Well, it's more accurate to say, you never forget your twin flame. And that's why it can sometimes be hard to get over them here in the 3D. And that, my friends, is why you got to learn to be happy with yourself before you can be happy with anyone else. At least here in the 3D. And look, you can't live for other people. People die. And guess what? Once they do, if that's all you're living for, well, you don't have anything to live for anymore. So, hey, you're next. I'm not telling you to isolate yourself. I'm just saying, don't depend on others for happiness. Seek happiness from within yourself. After that, all things that really matter will fall into place. So yeah, if you want it in a nutshell, if you want union with your twin flame, first you gotta find a way to be happy with yourself. Even if they can't, especially especially if they can't. And you know, inside our messages from Spirit Oracle deck down here, one of the messages that my guides gave me was, sometimes a soulmate is the better choice, or something like that. And y'all might not like to hear that, but here in the 3D, you can experience and learn far more about truly loving someone if you connect with a soulmate and let that lifetime play out. You and your twin will be far better off for it. So, well guys, that's about it for my take on twin flames. If you have any questions, post a comment. We'll be happy to give you our take on the matter. And remember, my guides don't always answer questions, especially those that they don't deem irrelevant to the subject matter. But they are pretty chatty, so y'all stay tuned. We'll be back with another spiritual chat on Monday. In the meantime, check out our tarot readings and in-house oracle deck flip-throughs. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because between tarot readings and spiritual chats, we upload a brand new video every day. Wishing you love, peace, and happiness. Later, Gators.